Morning everybody, welcome back to another beautiful Australian day. It's about 35 degrees outside, so about 100 Fahrenheit if you're somewhere else on the planet. And we're going to start a new series today, Shed Review by me. I'm just your ordinary everyday bloke. As you can see, the shed's not tidy and I don't have the best face for telly. But today, review number 1, MSA120C. So let me get the camera a bit closer and I'll show you through it. Let's get on. Alright, going to start today with a bit of a disclaimer. I'm not sponsored by Stihl. I just like chainsaws. So here we go with the MS120C electric chainsaw. It's not electric, it's battery powered. I was going to start today with an unboxing, because everyone loves an unboxing. So I'm going to pull this out of the box and show you how it works. But I got this from the showroom floor. I've got a charger as it comes, an instruction manual, which of course I've read, be a man. No, I haven't really. Haven't taken it out of the bag. I didn't take it out of the bag because the salesman was pretty good. And here's the only box I got for battery. So this is the AK battery series chainsaw. It's the only one available in Australia currently if you want to buy on a budget. So in Australian pesos, this cost $499. Didn't come with a spanner. Very disappointing, because you need one. So let's have a look at the chainsaw. Standard everyday chainsaw pistol grip. I've got big hands, so fits really well. Battery, looks like a battery. The actual battery weighs about the same as the saw, so battery goes in like that. Standard chain brake. In means it's ready to use, out means it's not ready to use. Came with a nice little saw cover, blade cover, bar cover, choose your words. And that's about how it looks. 30cm bar, oil tank, and this is where the no spanner became a problem, because that's what you need one for. So I'll be right, I've got about 6, but if you're going to buy one, when you get to the shop, make sure you've got the saw, the battery, the instruction manual, the charger, and one of those spanners. So the first question everyone wants to ask is, why would I buy one? Well, I got to a point where around the yard, lots of little branches to take out, and I'll show you why I bought a little saw. So that would be the saw that I would have used to prune in the past. It's an MS120 C. Cost me $250 at a clearing sale, so like an auction, and it's the angriest saw in the world. Like, it's loud and it's proud and it goes hard, but it weighs about 3 elephants when you're trying to hang out of a tree and get the job done. So that's not my go-to pruning saw. It used to be, but not anymore. So that's what this saw's been bought for. It's been bought to prune little branches and stuff like that. The other thing it was bought for was to teach people how to chainsaw. And as silly as that sounds, it's actually quite good for it. So this thing weighs about 5 kilos from memory. It's not very heavy, 10 pounds. Standard operation. Left hand here, right hand here. And it's really good for teaching people because it's light, but it still has an angry end. And this is where I want to come to a, dear Mr. Still, here's a suggestion. There's no safety switch for your left hand on this saw. So, as we all know, and a lot of us probably do it out there, but you shouldn't, I can swing this one-handed. The problem with one-handed swinging is eventually it'll come back and bite you. So never operate a chainsaw one-handed. On this here device, which is the HSA45 hedge trimmer, it's got two safety switches. One here for your left hand, and one here for your right hand. You can't operate the thing without using two hands. So on these little electric Stihls, a little Stihl chainsaw, battery powered chainsaw, I think it needs a second switch here, because as we all know, if you've got a petrol powered chainsaw, well, you can hear it, you know it's running. But this thing here, let me demonstrate. If I'm walking along having a casual conversation and I'm carrying it by this hand, which most people want to do because most people are right-handed, you can accidentally turn it on and not know it's live. So when you're not using this, if you buy one, please carry it around with the chain brake on. Probably says that in the book, but if it doesn't, and you're like me and you probably haven't read all the words, please, always make sure you've got the chain brake on when you're not using it. And always start with your left hand, right? Carry the saw here, because then you can't turn it on by mistake. Because if you do turn it on by mistake and you are swinging it down past your leg, you're going to need to go to the hospital in a hurry. Okay, so please, chainsaws aren't to be messed with. Be safe, be sure. All right, so question number one, why did I buy it? I bought it because I can teach people to use it safely and easily. It doesn't weigh much, it's easy to swing, and it doesn't let people go full noise, straight up, okay? The other reason I bought it is because, like everybody, I'm conscious of the fact I'm getting older and I don't want to have to swing a heavy saw, okay? All right, let's move on. Righto, so that's why we'd buy the saw. We'd buy the saw because it's small, easy to use, you don't have to mess with it. It's easy to teach people, it's light, and it cuts through stuff really, really well. At about that big, so about 2 inches in diameter. I did a couple of 3-inch cuts with it. So yes, I have used this out of the box because I wanted to know how it worked. And it goes all right. I mean, look at it, it's a Stihl. It's always gonna go all right. The next question is, and this is probably the biggest question is, what can I cut with it? Okay, let me give you another example of why this isn't my primary saw. Now, size for scale. This is my primary saw. It's a Magnum, Stihl Magnum 66. It's got decompression, it's got a big angry bar, lots and lots of teeth, and I use it for cutting hardwood. Lots and lots of hardwood. This saw cost me $500. Bargain, really. They're about 3,000 bucks brand new. It's my go-to saw when I'm cutting firewood, but it weighs about 11 elephants. Okay. And in all seriousness, after about 2 tanks with that big saw, I'm just about toast, right? I'm not the youngest fella, I'm not the fittest fella, but it does the job, right? But it's not the saw for pruning little branches in the yard, okay? And that's why we're here. So let me put that one away. We'll finish talking about this because you're sick of hearing my voice, and we'll go and cut some things and you'll see how it works. If you're still with me, thanks for coming along. We'll get there in a minute. Okay, back again. Here's the positives. Small, light, easy to use, easy to teach people, doesn't weigh 11 elephants, has a nice look, has a nice feel, oil, like oil, and it's going to be quite useful for around the yard. Negatives, don't really have any, right? I'm a chainsaw guy, I really like it. I've been converted to electrical ones for around the yard. Sorry, I keep saying electrical, battery powered, all right? This is battery powered, not electrical. And I've used it, and I love using it. If I have one suggestion to Stihl, it's to put a secondary safety switch somewhere, even if it's like the hoop switch on the hedge trimmer, just so that you can't accidentally turn it on when you're carrying it in the wrong hand by pulling the trigger and slicing your leg off. So let's go find something to cut, and then we'll wind it up. Got a couple of dump runs to do today, and yeah, let's go do some stuff. Alrighty, so standard pruning size, it's about 2 inches. Got my safety glasses on. Got my hearing protection, which I'm not going to use because it's a battery powered chainsaw. Probably says in the book to use them. If it does, use them. I need to be able to hear today. So, chain brake off. Check it works. And as you can see, happy days. Loves cutting small green limbs. And because we like to put things to the test, here's something I'm not going to recommend you try and cut with this. So this is 4x6 cypress pine. From memory, it's a hardwood. This stuff's been cut for a couple of weeks. Let's give it a go. So as you can see, it'll cut it. However, I wouldn't recommend it. If you're going to cut stuff this big, buy a bigger saw or get the 11 elephants from the shed. So there you go, that's the MSA120C. If you want one, go buy one. If you don't want one, don't buy one. Please always read the instruction manual, follow Stihl's directions, and take on board that I'm just a bloke in the shed who bought something, who thought I'd give you a look. Have a lovely day. See you later.